Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And as you can see, I've got Mike here with me again tonight. And Mike tried to call Bill and didn't get an answer. So I figured they may be was out today shopping and what have you. But anyway, to see if he wanted to come down and be with us. So maybe we'll get him next week. Got a lot of things going on. Got a lot of things to tell you. And I want to say hello to all the viewers up in Channel 4 in Oneida. That's still fixing to happen real soon. I mean, we're just trying to figure out how to make it happen. And I'm trying, like I said last week, hopefully we can get that on where they're watching on Thursday nights, Mike. Right. And can call this number and talk to you and get how, the fishing report.
Yes, sir.
So
that'd be good.
That'd be good. That's we're still working. I didn't talk to him. I emailed Paul today and was waiting to hear back from him, hoping he's got everything figured out on how we're going to do this. But we are going to make it happen. Just don't know exactly the date and the time. And like I said, I hope the number one thing, plan A, is for them to be watching on Thursday night along with us. So anyway, well, let me see what this is. Something's wrong. Let's see.
Check that out. I'm going to say hello to Dad.
All right. Hello.
I know he's watching. Probably hope Bill and Polly's watching. Say hello to them. A few other friends of ours that get to catch the show when they can. So,
yeah.
Sister and all of them.
Right. Yeah, exactly right.
I know you've, all you guys better listen up, because it ain't long till Valentine's Day, and you know what happens then if you miss it.
Yeah. Well, listen, folks, let me tell you right quick, when you mentioned that, Mike, we've got some strawberries over here from Pamela Ann's, Fudge and Candies there in Oliver Springs, and we're going to cut, and I want you to look. And those things, Mike, I know you're dying. Just go ahead and pluck one up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to look, man. They're
almost as big as your fist.
Yeah, they sure are.
Chocolate covered strawberries.
Anyway, we're say hello to those folks out there in Cable Channel 4, and we've got the strawberries here from Pamela Ann's. Now let me tell you about this. You got to get your order in. If you're wanting those things, you need to call down there to Pamela Ann's, and the number is 435-1736. You see it on the screen, and call and get your strawberries ordered, and because they're going to, you can pick those up. I don't know if Friday will be the last day or Saturday. That'd be a good question to ask them, and you can pick the strawberries up Monday and Tuesday. They're going to stay Tuesday afternoon till everybody's picked up what they ordered, Mike.
Okay. I tell you, they better get something unless they want to eat out of the garbage can for the next few weeks after that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Empty-handed kind of gets you in trouble.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But we can't wait to try those things. While you're all watching that fishing film, we're going to try a couple of them for sure. But they fixed up a nice box. Cut to that one more time, there, Dylan. And they've got them in every kind of shape that you can think of, and they come in a nice box there, and got a ribbon on it, all that good stuff. And
see if I can figure it out. I think they done it like that, didn't they? Well, I might be able to figure it out here.
I've got a phone call, text message here, and I think it might be from Paul. Says he's watching me, but he's fixing to leave.
Yeah.
We're going to see. Man, that sounds great. So have a good evening, Paul. And if you're watching, that's wonderful. So hopefully he's got it figured out.
Yeah.
That was what I asked him today. I said I just hope you got that figured out. We're hoping this is going to come to play here pretty soon, and we can get everything moved out in that area, Mike, and do well. This is BJ.
Oh, BJ. Yeah.
BJ. Okay, BJ. Got you. Good. We got you. All right.
You sure?
No. I'm not Paul. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Anyway, glad to see you're watching, BJ. The next thing I wanted to mention right quick before we got into this thing, next week, Craig Witt, one of the directors of the Sportsman's Expo up at Second Baptist Church in Clinton, will be the guest on the show. Craig's going to come down and go through what they've got and bring some tickets. He's going to give away a few tickets here next week and to attend the show. And it's February the 25th, Second Baptist Church there in Clinton, there beside the river. So want to make sure we get into that. Also, Reynolds Racing Marine's going to be up there with some boats and side-by-sides, and can't miss that. Another announcement I want to make while we're getting started is Edgemore Outdoors is the only Livingston lure dealer in our area, and they're going to have a booth set up over at the World's Fair Convention Center Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday. And go by, say hello to them. They're going to be selling Livingston lures. And, the BASS Elite Series is on Cherokee. They fish today. Yeah. And going to fish tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. But Saturday and Sunday's weigh-in will be at the Expo Center. Yeah. There at the World's Fair site. So, but do go by the booth. And if you're over that way, say hello to Jim and Jeannie.
That thing cuts down from
full
field down to what?
12, I think, 12? The final day. Yeah,
I think. Day was like maybe 20, 25 or something.
On Saturday, yeah. I think the top 50 or 25, one of the two. It whittles on down every day. After Friday, it cuts way down and that kind of thing. So I think it's the top 12 will be over there Sunday to weigh in and see who wins that. Then we've got, I want to tell this story, but I may wait till later on it because it was real interesting. I learned something there Tuesday afternoon at Edgemore, and I want to pass that along to the viewers. Jim's got a new thing just come in up there Tuesday that day. It's called a hook pal system, Mike, and I'm going to get one, bring it on the show because it's the neatest little old thing it ever was. It's for attaching trailer hooks and baits. It's a bait keeper system is what it is, and that thing's just as neat as it can be. And I got to get one and get it down here, and so if you're up that way tomorrow, stop in and check that out and look at that for sure. The other thing I wanted to mention was Rockwood Iron and Metals is also corner lot trading. Gary's he's gonna start taking scrap the 1st of March. He's putting rock down, concrete where he needs to. He's also got some cross ties, some stone, some mulch. Some black mulch already in, so you can bring your scrap and we'll go back home with a load of mulch. Yeah. Mike, landscape with.
Yeah, that's right.
So we appreciate Gary being a sponsor of the show. That's Rockwood Iron and Metals, and then they're going to open up March the 1st, and then we'll have the corner lot trading. We'll be selling mulch, stone, cross ties, and all your landscape materials. So appreciate him and his business and on that deal. So anyway, we got some crappie film. I don't have any bass fishing film, folks. I haven't been fishing, and just so many things going on right now with me. I hadn't had a chance to go, but I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right, looking forward to Saturday.
Well, it was going to be clear now. All of a sudden, they said, well, it could rain Saturday.
Could rain Saturday. Well, I'll just have to put on the rain gear.
Put on the rain gear. It's going to be a little warm. I mean, back up in the 60s again. But yeah, I figured on a good, bright, sunny day there Saturday, and then all of a sudden come back and changed the weather forecast and said rain for Saturday. I knowed it was coming Sunday, but I thought it was going to be late Sunday too.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got it on both days, so we just cross our fingers and hope it don't happen.
Right, I hear you, Mike, for sure. But that's a lot to I've run over here, but do try to remember all those good things, and we'll move right along and get into some fishing. And Mike's been crappie fishing. I got some nice pictures from Tony Gallagher and Turry. They caught 2 good messes of crappie. He sent me the pictures, and we're going to show them here in a little bit. But Dylan, are you ready to go to the film? All right, buddy. Show us the film, will you?
Okay, folks. You can see I'm down here at Blue Springs on Friday. Gonna see if I can get these crappie to bite down here. A little breezy, a little cool, but we can handle that part. Don't get no worse than what it is, but we're gonna give these crappie a try and see if we can down a minute or two and figure out where they're at. So hang with us, and maybe we'll have some to show you. Okay, folks, try to show you a little bit what I'm looking at here on the depth finder. Of course, this is the regular graph part, and over here's the down scan. You can see all the different things in the water there. Most of this air bubbles and different stuff in there. See some of the structure coming in there. See the drop off in the creek channel. See a little bit of structure there on the side of it. See some of the minnows coming in there. Plenty of minnows. Just gonna kind of idle across some of this here and see if we can figure out where the crappie is at. You can see some of the little white dots down there at the bottom. That's more likely that's the fish, but it could be the catfish, or could be anything. But, down there could be the crappie. Say all this in here is minnows. Ease back in here against this, see what shows up. A little bit more structure down on the side of that creek channel there. See what it looks like on the regular draft, and that's what it looks like on the down scan. See all that much up there around that structure. May not be deep enough for them. He's back off out here in the creek channel. You can see that fish right there. Showed him right here on the down scan. Got a little bit of structure in there. Come back off the side of it. Getting back into the minnows again. Idling around out here in the creek channel and see if we can figure out where they're at. They may be bottom about 25, 24, 25 foot or something. Which, like I say, the depth finder's showing 21 on the down all the minnows. You know, it's a little deeper than that here. Structure right there next to the bottom at 25. Ease around here a minute and see what we can figure out. Maybe drop a minnow down there and see if we can find something. Hang with us. Remember the sponsors. Let's go fishing. Folks, it took a while, but I finally got one. First one that struck, I hung up and couldn't get him out and broke off, had to retie. Second one I missed. And finally got the third one to strike and caught him. So we're going to put him in the box. He's in that structure there. Pulled it up finally to the top of that structure, probably 27 feet down at the bottom. I pulled it up probably 3 or 4 feet high and just holding it there. He struck. So there's a lot going on right there in that brush pile. But we'll get back in there and see if we can get another one. Hang with us and let's go fishing. Two or three, and finally caught another one. That's a pretty nice one right there too. He's suspended up 6-8 foot of water off the bottom, 31 foot of water. So we'll get back in there and see if we can get another one. All right, folks, there's another little keeper. They've been tough to come by so far. So maybe we'll get on before it's over with. All right, folks, there's another one, 11, a little over 10, almost 11 inches. So we'll put him in the box and see if we can find another one. Seems like there's 2 or 3 in that brush pile. Nope. Another keeper. That's the way we like it. That's a little short. So put him back. Hope for a bigger one. Yeah. Sometimes it's harder to catch the minnows than it is the crappie. I think that's going to be a little short too. Yeah, he's 9 3/4. Put him back. Get another minnow on, see if we can get after him. Yeah. All right. That's the kind I'm looking for right there. Found a few more of them. Yeah, that's them 15 inchers there. All right. We'll put that in the box and see if we can find another one or two here. What we got here? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another nice one. Keep. Let's see if we can get another one out of there. All right. That there ain't gonna keep. He's gonna be a little bit short. About 26, 27 feet. Going back down. So get at another minnow and get after it. Let's see what this one is. Oh yeah. That might keep. He's a feisty little rascal. Put him on over here and see. Oh yeah, he's 10 1/2 there. Okay, folks, it's getting pretty late, getting almost dark here, so I'm gonna put it on the trailer and may come back tomorrow or the next day one, see what we can do with them. We kindly found a few crappie. Seemed like 26 to 30 foot, something like that, in that range. Some trees has got a few in them, some ain't, so it's just a matter of getting enough structure to find a few. I think I got about 10 or 12 in there, so we'll get on to the house and see what we can do next time. Remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing. Okay, folks, it is Sunday, and we're down here at Blue Springs. Got in the water here. We can see 47-degree water temperature. Water's cooled down a little bit now. It was up there about 52 a week or so ago. This cold weather's moved back in. We're gonna look, see what we can find here, and see how deep them crappie are. So, hang with us, and we'll get set up here and see what we can find. So, right now, ain't seeing that much as far as minnows and stuff, so we'll move on out here a little deeper and see what we can figure out. Alright, folks, there's my first keeper crappie. Awful windy today. Got that out there at 37 feet. So I'm going to try that a little bit more and maybe get a little deeper and see what's going on. There's one good crappie. Anyway, that was 38 feet deep. 38 foot. Get a good crappie there. So we'll get another minnow on here and see if we can get down there. It's awful windy, but trying to stay out of that wind. So we'll get back in here on it and see what we can do. Maybe a little bit too small. Throw him back and try again. Yeah. It's a dandy there. We'll put that in the box and see if we can get another. Okay, folks, I'm down here at Watch Bar. We put in Rockwood and run out here a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of on the foggy side, so we're going to kind of rely on this depth finder to find our way in here to find a place to catch these fish. I got Mr. Wesley with me there. That's Steve's grandson there, and I don't know whether he claims Steve or not, but anyway, he's going to show me how to catch these crappies, so hang with us and remember the sponsors, and let's go fishing. All right, there's another nice crappie. He's in there about 37 foot, so they kind of varying a little bit. We'll keep working around here and see if we can find a few more of them. Thank you, Wes.
There you go. A nice one right there.
Another nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Real good crappie right there.
Yeah.
Real good crappie. You take a few of them, Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
You've been slow, but we start. I think that's the sun coming on out might make them start doing something.
Might do it, hopefully.
Yes, sir.
All
Real nice
right.
crop.
There it is.
Put him in the box and we'll
All right.
have him for supper.
Let's do it. All right.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, nice little keeper, Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That sunshine, I think's going to try to make them come out there with it now.
Hopefully it does.
Yeah, that fog had them all mixed up. They thought it was still dark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, put him in the box and let's get another minute on him.
All right. On top of it today, ain't you?
Yeah, there's another. That's a good little keeper.
Mm-hmm.
That's another good little keeper. I'm glad I got you with me, Wesley.
Yeah.
Good cameraman and
Mm-hmm.
box man.
There he is.
There he is, too. Get back down there and see if he's another. All right,
All right. There he is.
there he is, too. Another nice crappie.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness, I tell you what.
With some good eating.
Some good eating, too. Put him in the box,
Mhm,
Wesley.
there
I'll
he
get you
is.
another one there. Don't look like you won't catch anything but catfish.
I know, I can't catch nothing.
All right, folks, we're back, and just got a picture of from Lee Mashburn. He was on Milton Hill today, caught a, and I forwarded it to Dylan. I don't know if we'll get it up or not. Was you needing something, Dylan? Okay, man. Yeah, there's some pictures of Tony Gallagher. He caught those this past week, and man, that's one, two. Oh, that's some nice crappie right there, Mike.
It is.
Just 5 of them, but they nice ones.
Mhm.
Now he's got a bunch of them here on the next picture. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 9 on that picture.
Mm-hmm.
Some more nice crappie. So
Yes, sir.
Tony's caught some nice crappie. He'll be calling in here in a second, and appreciate him doing that. That's good. Lee Mashburn just texted me a picture of a 6 1/4 inch, 16 1/4 black nose crappie that he caught on Milton Hill today. Plus he had his limit, he said.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good deal, Lee. Appreciate the picture, man.
Yeah, amazed
And,
me that he was able to stay
stay-
on the water and windy as it was.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. Okay, and so that was a good, a big crappie he had, 16 1/4 inches. That's a nice one.
Sure is.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Get us to, what about the crappie? Had the caller here while we were showing the film and talking to Mike there about where, about the crappie fishing he was doing and where at and this, that, all this kind of stuff. So fill us in right quick, Mike.
Well, like I say, I've been staying down in the middle of the lake, and the crappie seemed like when that weather started warming up, like they started shallowing up, and I ended up catching a limit there that one day. Most of them was around 30 foot.
Mm-hmm.
And I eased on out and finally caught a couple of bigger crappie, probably about 36 foot. And but most of the crappie seemed to be around the 30-foot mark. Maybe sometimes a foot or less, or a foot or two more, or something, just right in that area. Weather was kind of clear. Water was pretty clear. A little bit windy, but that didn't seem to matter that much because you could find a place out of the wind, you could seem like you could catch them. The next trip I made down there, the weather wasn't too bad, but there was a stain in the water from the mud and all the heavy rain that we had. It seemed like it had a little color in the water, and it was hard to find them. I know they was there, but they'd moved on out. I caught them 38 foot right there on the edge of a little old drop. Stuff there. Didn't have that many. Leave about 9 of them, about all I got. And then I took Wesley down the other day, and fished with him, and man, it was foggy till after 12 o'clock. I mean, you couldn't even hardly tell where you was at out there on the lake.
Yeah.
And that fog finally lifted, and the only thing we caught during the fog was some catfish. And when the fog lifted, we moved on out there and started fishing and catching a few crappie. But they was out there 38 foot, 39. And we didn't catch anything shallower than that. It all seemed to be out there, but you just come in there with your depth finder, and you'll be at one spot we went over, seen fish and seen structure. We went down through there, and I think we caught 4 or 5 off of it, and then I started back up it. The depth finder started going out. You could see all them minnows had moved in down there on the bottom up to 25 foot or so, and we never got a strike down through there second pass. And it seemed like, you know, you're down there with 2 minnows competing against millions of minnows, and it's just hard to catch crappie when they're like that. But you know, you just have to stay after them and see something don't change, you know, the temperature, the weather, or whatever. But you still got that tad of color in the water, and I think that sunshine and clear water helps you a lot down there crappie fishing. And we just have to wait for the weather to change and water to clear up, and things may be better. Saturday we'll try them and see.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That sounds good, Mike. And you know, we've said before, it's hard to get them to bite in that stained water.
It is, and you know, just like I was showing you on the depth finder, you just ease around with them depth finders and learn how to use them. They'll show you where all that structure's at. It don't take rocket scientists to figure if you start catching them out there at 38, 39 foot, you just stay in that depth of water and idle around till you run across some more structure, and you can usually see the fish on the structure once you find it.
Okay. Hello, caller.
Them 2 pros again.
Yeah. No, that's you and Mike.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, we went there last Saturday and we fished all day long and only caught 11, but that's only had 5 keepers.
Yeah, that's what I counted up there. Looked like there's pretty nice ones, though.
But you just get one here, one there. Places I've been catching, you couldn't catch them, just different trees.
Yep.
Right. Well, that's.
And worse than 25 to 30 foot deep, I only caught them.
Yeah.
Color in the water?
Water muddied up.
Well, not last week, but the week before when we went down there and had more color, and it was having a hard time catching with wind blowing all day long. We fished about 8 o'clock Saturday to about 4 o'clock. Even ended up catching them 9 keepers. That was the week before last.
Yeah. Huh.
It had a little cover in it, the water did. I can't catch when it's like that.
No, that's my. We don't do that good. We, you know, with trips I've been with Mike, we run down the, you know, run farther down the lake, hunting the clear water. You know, the clearer the water, the better your chances are of getting a bite. You know.
That's right.
Without a doubt. You know that, and Mike knows that for sure. You know, stained, muddy, cold water ain't no good, but muddy, warm water is all right.
Yeah.
About 46 degrees, always out there.
Yeah. Mike, what was the water temp down there where you was at?
47, 48.
47, 48, yeah. It cooled down a lot because 2 weeks ago, or the last trip I got to make down there on the clinch of bass fishing, it was 54 degrees. You know, so it's cooled off quite a bit in the last I said that was 2-3 weeks ago when I was down there. Yeah. So it's cooled down quite a bit, but.
When you go this week, you start new few, because I'm going to be there trying to catch a few too.
Well, I hope I can get somewhere. I'm about to fish all over myself.
we seen places there that you could see the minnows starting to come to the top of the water, and the shadow dying off and stuff. So they're expecting winter to get here. I don't think it's quite got here yet.
Yeah,
we've had a little spurt of it.
We've had eggs on week out.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Don't doubt that a bit. you know, that's just it's just time. You know, hey, them fish, they know Mother Nature better than we do.
Yeah, I sure do.
And
All this is we caught them back. I mean, almost 10, but I throw them back. I went back to get them things. Almost 10 inches going back.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Get the goods. I understand.
I said 9 3/4, and then almost touched 10, but it wasn't touching. It was just close. That was it. Going back in.
Yeah, that's a fact. We'll just stay after them and glad to get the pictures and keep calling over here and letting us know what's going on.
All right, talk to you later.
Okay, buddy. See you, Tony. All right, buddy. All righty. You know, like I said there, Tony catching crappie, he's having, catching, they're just not really congregated, Mike. They're just a few, one here and one there type situation. I'll find out more details from Lee of what he's doing on Milton Hill for next week's show and try to get everybody on board with that. But, it's just they're scattered.
Well, the other evening, I've been working down there at Kingston and at the church slough and stuff we cleaned up back when we had the spill and everything. Right in the back of that slough, I was going by there, looked down, and the gulls were just wearing a school of minnows out after that warm rain we had.
Mm-hmm.
The minnows was right in the back of that thing in less than a foot of water there, and them gulls, they must have been 100 of them just beating that to death right there in that school of minnows back there in the back of that thing. So, wherever the food's at, that's where the fish is going to be. So it wouldn't surprise me them bad being right back in there after them too.
Wouldn't doubt it a bit, Mike. Wouldn't doubt it a bit.
I mean, I caught 2 bass there the other day with Wesley, and both of them was 30 foot or better out there. One of them was a pound and a half, the other one maybe a pound.
Yeah.
They was out there deep. And, for some reason or other, right now, you might find a fish at any depth. It don't surprise me a bit.
Right. Okay. Let's see. Last weekend, I want to say congratulations to Bill and B.J. Henderson. They won a tournament up on North. Had almost 18 pounds. I think it was a Heartland tournament, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it was? Had one there. Them boys had a nice bag of smallmouth.
Yes, they sure did.
Sure did. Let's see who this is. Hello, caller.
I forgot to mention, Steve, my partner fishing with me, his name's Terry Smith.
Yeah.
He caught the biggest crappie that was caught, so I won't put his name in there.
All right, Tony. Hey, congratulations, Terry.
All right, see you later.
Okay, buddy. All right, see you. I want to say congratulations to BJ and Billy on winning that tournament up there the other day. That was a good catch. They've been catching a few fish up there. BJ talked to him a little bit ago and gave me a pretty good report. Said the last 3 or 4 weeks, fishing's kind of got better on North. So that sounds good. Other thing I wanted to mention is the hunter safety course. Dylan, if you'll put that flyer up, it's going to take place here February the 20th, and all the information's right there. If you need that course, it'd be a good time to get signed up, and you got to go online and do several things there to get into the course, and that has to be done before you go down and do the hands-on with the guns and stuff in that kind of situation. So let me see if I had me one of them flyers here a minute ago. Want to make sure we get all that info there. Because I was asked by Mr. Brad Daugherty, he's going to be the course instructor, and this is going to be behind the landfill there at Midtown, right behind the landfill. It's 215 White Pine Road, Midtown, and time at 2 p.m. Must register online. That's a half-2 case right there. So want to make sure you get that done, And if you can't remember all that, just go to hunter education class, and I guarantee you that'll direct you to where you need to go. It says items to bring: a pen or a pencil, and to take the test with, some water. And I definitely wouldn't be wearing no sandals or flip-flops allowed on the shooting range. So might be a little cool, Mike, for that.
Yes.
But anyway, we're glad to get to do that for TWRA and keep the viewers posted up on what's going on and all that kind of stuff. Let's see here, Mike. We got that done. Yeah, let's go back to what I ran into at Edgemore Outdoors Tuesday evening. I pulled in, and Jim and this gentleman was standing outside the store, and they had a fishing reel, and I could tell on the fishing reel in their hand they were stripping line off of it. This older fella had a brand new, well, it looked brand new reel, and he had spooled that reel up with braided line.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a deep spool reel, and it must have had 300 yards on it.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
And what happened was, I thought, well, you know, I stood there for a minute, and I saw he's backlashed it. Well, here's what happened now, because I cut the line off of it and got to what the bottom line was, and he put the braided line and was tied it on his spool, and that braided line cinch knot don't usually work with braided line. It won't cinch down. So some way or another, he got the thing started taking line. He wound all that line on there when he went down to the lake to fish with it, and it backlashed. The spool was turning and wasn't pulling the line in, and it just wadded it up underneath. So we wound up cutting every bit of that line off that reel, that's about 300 yards of that braided line is about $25, $30. So anyway, we sat there and talked a minute, and I learned something by that. Some of your reels has got the holes drilled through them, you know, from one side to the other in the center of the spool and this kind of thing. And but that one didn't, and it was a deep spool reel, bait caster. And so, you know, I said, well, what you might want to do when you go to re-spool it is use you about 20 yards of monofilament, you know, some backing line on there, 15, 20-pound test, something that you can cinch down on that center of that spool. And so I don't know if that's the best way to do that or not, but that's kind of what I come with. But that was the dangest thing, a backlash underneath all that top line. And it had poked out the sides on the spool. Yeah. So anyway, just thought I'd pass that along to you. If you're putting braided line on them, I don't know, you might want to, there's got to be a better knot than just a cinch knot to tie that line on there with. But it's hard to get that braided line to tighten up. You know, there's 2 or 3 knots that they use, and a little spotted glue on it, and this, that, and the other. So make sure you check into that when you go to fooling with that, if it's your first time messing with it.
Well, my bait casters, I put a line on underneath.
Filler line, yeah.
And fill it up so far to where it don't take so much to fill it on up. And then once I fish with it, and if I get using some line off of it and get down to start feeling that knot coming up in it again, then I know, well, it's time to put a new line on.
I do the same thing.
That way you don't waste 250 yards of spool of line, you know, and put the whole thing on one reel and then use half of it and then throw the other half away. Yeah. You know, you always getting better benefit out of it. But
I've walked the yard with a measuring tape, Mike, and measured me off 100 yards, and that's what I try to do. Yeah. Put 100 yards on there and use the filler line and that kind of thing. So you know, that's the setup. That's what I like to do. 100 yards of line is plenty for me. For sure. Hello, caller.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, buddy. What's up, Ed?
Well, I don't know if you and Mike have seen it. You probably have. But I talked to Jim down Edgemore about it, and on video on the online on Facebook or something, my sister showed it to me. Well, this guy in Alabama laying down his dock and he's waving a dead man or something out in front of
Yeah.
Yeah, hand
Like,
caught.
have you seen that?
Yeah.
Well, caught that tarpon?
No, caught that largemouth.
Oh. Oh, I hadn't seen that. I saw a guy doing it with some tarpon down on the coast there one day, and he wound up pulled him in the water.
This was a good old big bass.
Man.
He caught it with his hand, like you know how you lip them when you catch them.
Yeah.
He pulled up there and he was holding it out there, and his friend was trying to weigh it. They were trying to jump off of his scale, but he took his hand off of it. It was 15 and a half, and then he took his hand away from it, and it was 16.3.
Man, alive, that doesn't surprise me a bit, Ed, you know.
But my uncle pulled it up on his computer. He said all he punched in there was 16-pound fish caught by hand or something, you know. It did come up pretty easy, I think.
I'll have to check that out, Ed. I appreciate you letting me know that.
Yeah, I seen it, but his dad.
Mike says he's seen it, so that's but he, you know, heck, you know, Mike, he's fishing out too deep to do that, you know. Yeah, it sure is. All right, Ed, appreciate you calling and letting us know, man.
All right, okay.
It's okay, but hey, Ed, did you by the chance check that hook pal system out over at Edgemore?
No, I don't think it was Tuesday I was down there. I think I was down there Monday, so I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, he just got it that day when I rolled in there that afternoon. And when you go back, check that out, Ed. That thing is, I'm going to get me one of them this quick as I get back up there.
What is it? It's something that you clamp your pretty hooks on with?
Yeah, it's got a little old tool in a pack, and then you buy these little old plastic discs. You remember the old Doll Thompson spin glider had the spinner behind the hook, and they had that little old keeper in front of it, you know, to keep it on there?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's similar to that, but this is just a little thin round disc, and you can put one on the hook, and then put your trailer hook on, then you put the other one on there, and it holds that trailer hook behind the bait just straight. And then if you're fishing a wacky worm, you put one on the hook, and then hook that worm up, you know, wacky style, and then you put the other one on that can't get off.
Right.
You know, it's just a little old small. That's why they make that tool, because that little old disc is pretty small, and I'll have to have my glasses to put that thing together. But it's a neat setup. It's for everything that you can think of. Trailers on your jigs and everything.
I'll have show me one when I go down there next time.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you, Ed. See you, man.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. That the hook pal is a deal, Mike. I gotta get me one of them, because I didn't see there's a lot of potential for that little old thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, getting close on time. Mention a few tournaments. The Winter Battle on Milton Hill will be this Saturday, February the 11th. You got White Pine Marine's going to have a tournament on Cherokee February the 25th at 25E Bridge. Blue Ridge Bassmasters March the 4th. They'll be at Point 19. And that's another thing about those guys over here at the Blue Ridge Bassmasters here in Oak Ridge. They meet the first Monday of every month at 7 p.m. there at Shoney's in Oak Ridge. And they're heavily involved with the King of the Hill tournament in the summertime. They have 3 different tournaments over there in the heat of the summer, and they're, you know, they're affiliated with the FLW, and they're located here in Oak Ridge, local. So if you're looking for a good bass club to get involved with, stop in there first Monday of every month, 7 o'clock, and just sit there and get to know some of the guys and see if you might want to join. They're always looking for new members. John Cook and that bunch over there, they're a great bunch of guys, and I told them definitely I'd like to have one of their schedules and that kind of thing. Their first tournament is on Norse March the 4th, like I said there a second ago, but want to do that. And you got a Heartland tournament schedule down at Rockwood. 3 fish limit starts March the 11th. That's on Heartland. Entry fee's $40. It's Safe Light see, I can't remember what time they quit. I think it was safe flight to 1 o'clock, and lunkers $10, and membership fees $35 a person, and then you fish so many tournaments in a division. You can fish the classic, or you can fish so many tournaments in 2 or 3 divisions and make it to the classic. So that's a good deal. Then here's another deal. Fishers of Men, their first tournament's on the 18th of March at Watts Bar Lads Landing, and we'll just go on from there. Great organization, Fishers of Men. Then you got the Tennessee Team Trail, February the 25th. Their first tournament's on Chickamauga, Mike. And also, had got word that James Knuckles Phoenix sponsored trail was going to be starting up, but I didn't don't have a schedule.
I got 2 or 3 of them in the truck car.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I should have given you one.
You should, yeah, because I did not find one over at the Fishing Expo, and but we'll get to mentioning that a little bit later on. Let's see. Man, this is a touchy subject, but I'm going to mention it. Attended the Roane County workshop down at the courthouse Monday night, 2.5 hours. The grass on Watts Bar was the issue. We had TVA aquatic plant manager down there, Brett Hardis, and he's up and down the whole valley. He's PhD on these aquatic plants, and how they get here, when they get here. I mean, it was a real interesting meeting, but there's going to be several more of them, I can guarantee you that. There's some people has issues with that grass around their docks and stuff. The bottom line is this: TVA does not have an appropriated, basically the money to fund these treatment of this aquatic plants. Pretty much, that's what the guy told them. They used to have, but that was several years ago, and but there's no funding appropriated for that kind of thing at this point, from what I gathered at the meeting there. So there's going to be some more things brought up. The property owners around the lake, going to be asking, doing what they can do to remove the weeds from around their docks, and I don't blame them. If I had a dock there, I'd be wanting to be able to use it, get my boat in and out, and swim off of it if I wanted to. In other words, I might do it on one side and leave the other side grassed up, Mike, so that I could fish.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But there is some things there that's going to have to be done. West Fishermen, it's been 30 years since we've had vegetation in Watts Bar Lake, and it's coming on, and it is not millful, it's hydrilla, and it's a little more. How that hydrilla got in this country was a guy went somewhere, Asia somewhere, and brought it in here, thought, man, that's a pretty plant, that'd be nice in an aquarium. Well, it's a little more in an aquarium now, Mike.
Yeah.
It's all a lot of places. So anyway, there'll be some more meetings on this, I guarantee you, in what's going on, and like I said, there'll definitely be more meetings scheduled for this. So you viewers in Roane County, or anybody that's if you're fishing Watts Bar Lake or you live on Watts Bar, if I hear of anything that's planned, I'll pass the word along and get that information to you as I hear about it. Because there's going to be a lot of things happening on that grass situation down there at Watch Bar. And so we'll see what comes up. Like I say, if I hear anything, you won't care a bit to put it on the show. Don't forget about our guest coming over next week. And for sure, if you're wanting those strawberries, and I've had to whip Mike twice, jerk his hands down, keep him out of them, till after the show anyway. And but do call down at Pamela Ann's tomorrow if you're wanting those strawberries, and make sure you get your name on the list, because I don't know when they'll, what the last minute of taking orders is, but I wouldn't wait much longer. It's getting close. But those things are nice, and we're going to try a couple of them here as soon as we get off the air, and I believe they'll be great. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the East Tennessee Sportsman Association meeting, which they're not going to meet. They're the second Tuesday of this month, I promise you, Mike. That's on Valentine's Day, and they're not going to do it. So they're going to meet the following Tuesday. Let me see. Get my calendar up here. Can't remember the date. What is that, the 22nd? Let's see here. No, the 21st.
21st, yeah.
Be at Shawnee's there in Harriman the 21st, and that's the East Tennessee Sportsman Association. So don't forget that meeting. I don't know if they have a guest speaker. I hadn't heard or anything, but I'm sure they're going to be discussing some of this stuff that's went on this past week.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's hope the Lady Vols won. Keep your fishing, keep your lines wet, get on the lake every opportunity you can, and hopefully the crappie fishing will just get better. As these fronts move in and out, it knocks them back, and then the next day they're ready to bite again, Mike.
Ready to bite again, dude.
All right. God bless you all. Hope to see you next week.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.